Can you hear it? Hello, it is August 1, 2018. Karen and I went to Miami. It was nice just to get away from school, to enjoy each other's company, and to just explore again, take a break from all the busyness and everything. Karen got the job that she's always been wanting. Florida Hospital's outpatient neuro. Couldn't be more excited for her that she was very patient in getting the job she wanted, not settling for anything less. Not only is that part-time, it also allows her to work another job as an assistant chaplain at Adventist University. It's crazy because working for campus ministry has always been a passion of hers.
Here, right?
She's very good at it. I think it just worked out so perfectly the way God had led her to this point to work part-time as a chaplain and part-time as the dream job neuro outpatient that she could do. She starts already orientation next week. She's actually having dinner with her managers and her employees right now at PF Chang's, so I'm rooting for her. So excited for her in this new chapter in her life.
June 10, 2018, just 3 days ago, on June 7, Karen found out that she passed her board exam. She is now officially Karen OTR/L, which is licensed. So excited for her, so happy for her. It's been a rough journey. She has come out of this like a phoenix. She's gone through so much hardship going through this whole test. It was not easy, but there's a lot of things that good came from it. She opened up to her parents opened up to her. They have this new found relationship where they listen and talk to her, and it's just a different culture and environment in their home. Had she not gone through this hardship, things would have just stayed the same. Overall, she did great. I couldn't have been more happy for her. She's like a different person, free spirit. It's like she can really be stress-free about it, and the only big stress now is just looking for a job, but that's a good kind of stress. Good job, Karen.
February 15, 2018, day after Valentine's. Tomorrow is Karen's big day. She is about to take her board exam for her Master's of OT. I know she's gonna do great. I just got off the phone with her. She is in Daytona where the test center is. She's absolutely nervous. She's absolutely scared out of her mind about this. I would be too, of course, for my boards. But I'm so proud of her, no matter what happens. Yesterday, we ate at Spoletos for Valentine's, had some spaghetti. Rumor has it that pasta is good for your brain, especially before a big test, so that's what she's doing. My thoughts are with her. Scary times, man. I hate taking tests, honestly, myself. So, just wanted to say that. Bye! January 19, 2018, spring break of my first semester of anesthesia school. We went on a cruise. It was a lot of fun, a lot of good memories made. She and I were both in school at the time for ADU. I've survived it up until now. I am now in the 4th semester of CRNA school, and Karen is actually graduating her master's in
because you told me
in December. By the way, I'm now in my new apartment in the Arbors. Significantly, I feel like we've gotten to know each other so much more during our 4th year anniversary.
You're so good.
All the arguments and fights and deep conversations that we may have gotten into, we have taken up on counseling, couple counseling with Nisha Stanky, one of the ADU chaplains. Karen wasn't necessarily 100% for it. After a couple meetings, she actually has liked it a lot, and I have liked it a lot. Weirdly enough, it's been giving me opportunity to be able to speak heart to heart. I know Karen and I one-on-one, we would still speak heart to heart, but Nisha would just reiterate, emphasize good points, bring out the beauty in our relationship, and give us good pointers and things to improve on. I know, quality time is Karen's biggest love language, and trying to schedule that for her, I think, was the biggest thing that I could have done in our relationship, and Nisha helped me to figure that out, and Karen's been doing a great job. Her attitude has been very optimistic despite everything that's crazy going on. She is now going to be moving out of her house and into a townhouse with Caitlin, who is a swell girl who is a nurse, and Karen found her through Molly Duper. I'm super excited for her to be in this new chapter of her life, being very independent, discovering a different side of her because she's lived at home for her whole life. I think this is very healthy for her to see what it's like to really live out on your own without the luxury of having food already prepared for you, paying for rent, and now these are things that she's gonna have to work about. And speaking of work, she's actually looking for work. doors haven't been easily
Wow,
open
this
for
is
her,
pretty
but she's
cool.
earnestly looking, and I'm being there to support her. I just have good confidence that whatever she lands is where God is leading for her. As for me, apparently my hardest fourth semester, but Karen's been a very good support, constantly asking how my clinicals are. By the way, hitting cardiac up, and that's honestly scary for me. Karen's been a very good support. She's always inquiring what I'm learning, how I'm feeling, always working around my schedule now that she's done with school and trying to find time to spend with her. So I feel like we're getting better at communicating, getting to know each other better. I'm loving her more and more every day. Bye! February 7, 2017. Try to summarize 2016, early spring. I went for my interview for CRNA school, got accepted to ADU, was ecstatic. I was actually in Pennsylvania when I found out while I was at home with my family, and Karen was with me. After that, I knew my plan for CRNA was en route, and then school has now started. Somewhere in between there, summer, Karen and I, just the two of us, went to California. It was awesome. We stayed with her cousins there as well and met up with them. We also went to LA, drove down to San Diego, visited some friends in Loma Linda, and actually spent a couple nights in Yosemite, and then afterwards last was San Francisco, and it was a nice thing for us to do, just the two of us. Karen is now on her last year before she graduates in 2017 of December. About a relationship. I mean, this past week finally took the time to go to New Smyrna Beach, just the two of us, really catch up and try to really get to know each other, because it was getting to the point where we were just talking superficially and not really getting to know each other as a person, and like sitting down and actually like, what do we want out of this relationship? Because we're nearing on 3 years now, and it should start to feel more like we absolutely know each other by now. For whatever reason, we've been slacking on it, and I know a lot of busyness gets in the way where she has a lot of things going on, but it's important to be intentional with what we have as a relationship and to make sure that we take those times to really make sure that we're okay with each other. Bye! October 1st, trip to California. Karen was working on VBS. She did very good. And now she started MOT, which for her, she's getting along with a lot of her friends, her classmates, and she's working actually too, all at the same time. So although there's a lot less time for us to spend together, on the times that we do, we're trying to make it more valuable, make sure that the little time we do have is very meaningful. So it's nice how we've been growing through this. There have been a lot of serious talks between Karen and I that we're learning more about each other. Not everything is necessarily a hunky-dory, happy-go-lucky. We're learning to be patient with one another, and things that get on each other's nerves, real issues that we have been struggling with. Overall, like, it's really worth it at the end of the day to open up and work through all of these things. Our relationship is continually growing.
You've always been telling me.
Excited to see what else is in store for us. So, all right, bye. June 3. A couple weeks ago, on May 10, was graduation at Southern Adventist University. We got this.
Oh my goodness, this is so long.
2 weeks later, we went to South Carolina, seeing her uncle Renee and Auntie Elsa. Then next week, Karen and I will be going to California. I haven't been to California since my high school years. It'll be a lot of fun. Also, this summer we'll be going to GC in San Antonio, Texas. Being over 1 year with Karen is just getting more and more exciting. And she's planning for VBS. We're trying to do a lot more things because we know this is her last summer before she goes to MOT school.
Oh man, this is like the fun.
Trying to take advantage of it. Like today, we went and rode the Sunrail for her first time. Small
Oh my goodness, this is a long time.
Do you remember
April
that?
23. Last weekend, which was April 18, was Melody Joy Drummond's birthday celebration. Karen and I had the privilege to put games together and play with people, and I like these kind of challenges because it helps me see how we will work together in certain situations. The next day, April 19, Chris and Mimi's wedding, and tomorrow is April 24, first year anniversary, 2015. What I've been working on is a plan to surprise Karen, make her a dinner, and then have friends serve it, like kind of like waiter and waitress style.
Remember that night?
House decorated with some Christmas lights and maybe tiki torches. Maybe blindfold her and then surprise. There's a menu. She has to choose from the foods except for everything else has pork, so she has to choose the ones that I've already prepared.
Vlogging for a long
don't
time.
have any. shrimp.
This is
or
when you were
anything
already
else on it. I
vlogging.
also asked PJ to serenade us with his violin while we eat. And I asked Edward to play the guitar. Unfortunately, he's working that night, so I already recorded him. I'm probably gonna go out and get her some kind of plant, like a succulent. This one, I did
Oh my
get,
gosh, this is so
but it's
old.
already dying, and I don't think I want to give that to her. Jolene is offering her toron. I'm putting together a scrap of
Toron.
significant events.
Oh, did you make it their own?
Letters. I'm trying to make it in chronological order. That's the Olive Garden gift card that I used when I first asked her out. Down to all these letters that she wrote me. And receipts of places like 28-week anniversary. Oh, this is when we celebrated when you passed your GRE. Little small things that remind of events that happened. And to this, which is Disney themed, which I'm still trying to put together. And I hope that she really enjoys it. Bye! April 3, Karen just had her interview. She is applying for the master's OT program, and she just got out of it, called me, told me some of the questions that she had, such as, why did you make this decision to go to master's? What does your boyfriend think of your decision? And she was like, oh, he's very supportive. She mentioned that I'm possibly going for a CRNA school. She mentioned that we could be missionaries. I was like, wow, okay, we're gonna be missionaries now. I thought it was funny how they asked that question in her interview. Even one of the professors winked at her at the end. She'll find out the results next week. Hopefully it will be good news that she got in. Yay! Big day for her. March 23, this past weekend, Kuya Raymond's and Ate Claire's home in Claremont celebrating their daughter's first birthday, Ariana. Karen was joking with Ate Claire saying, oh, I'll be the princess. So she took it seriously and Karen played the full part. She bought a dress off Target.com from the movie Maleficent. She was dressed up as Aurora. To be her assistant, I dressed sort of like a prince. She made a crown for me and all I did was put on a colorful suit. It was another exercise for me and Karen to work together, and it was a fun, happy birthday for Ariana overall. Today, we're both off, so maybe mini golf, maybe Blizzard Beach. We just did Blizzard Beach last Friday, but we're trying to abuse our passes. Bye! March 16. Karen just got done showing me all four of the big ones. Disney, Magic Kingdom, Animal
Wow, you've been doing this for a long time. So much
Epcot. It all
fun.
started off this morning.
Jeremy, what happens if we broke up? What were you gonna do?
Much of it, I just said, okay, I'll come along.
Oh,
She
well,
asked
that
me
would
to
suck.
Open up a gift. Turns out to be a blindfold, and that's when it clicks. We're not going to no CEU. So I put the blindfold on, take it off. Surprise!
You were gonna go
We're
to the
already
CEU.
at Disney World. There's a lot of new
You're
experiences.
so sweet for
She
doing
surprised me
this.
twice this weekend. First, surprise birthday at her house, and now this. Oh, thank you, Karen. What a birthday. Bye. I'm so tired. March 10th. Past weekend, we went camping. Thunderbird with Asta's youth. Karen was leading out a lot of things, including praise team and stuff. I got to help out with the scavenger hunt. A lot of good bonding time. Today, I was about to go meet up with an old high school friend, but then I go to my car and it won't start. First person I call is Karen to let know, and she immediately comes over to help me jumpstart my car. However, it won't even jumpstart. She knew I was meeting up with my friend all the way down in East Colonial. She drove me all the way down there. She was super nice, but she had work this afternoon, so it was really out of her way. Just wanted to point that out. I have a very helpful girlfriend who even will come within a phone call away. Bye. For our 10-month anniversary, I got this Dr. Seuss book. I wrote a
We still have that.
along the way, some inside jokes. There's her getting a GPA of 4.6. It's already been 10 months that we've been together, so yeah. Love you, bye. February 16, 2 days ago, February 14,
Wow.
Valentine's Day, took Karen to Whirl and Twirl, which
crazy.
is a swing dance place where people swing dance. It was fun, saying that she has to
Remember that?
and we just in general don't have any dance moves. We learned how to swing dance and dance with people. They had a lesson and we would dance with random strangers, but it was fun just trying new things with Karen. She came straight from a funeral, so she was wearing all black. I tried to surprise her by picking out a dress outfit for her. So when we arrived there, along with like a photo frame with a picture of us inside and pink tulips, but she said, you don't have to buy me anything for Valentine's, but I did anyway. And now today, Karen is free because the mom canceled to have her OT session with her, so we might be going to Typhoon Lagoon. Bye! February 10, Karen took her GRE. Prior to picking her up, I went ahead and got a gift card to Melting Pot. I've never been there.
Remember that? GRE?
That place is expensive. Are you serious? I'm like, oh, I already got a gift card. Now she is in San Diego. She was there for one project, which is a campus ministries trip. I've been missing her. Yes, a lot of people have been asking me, where is Karen? Where's your... Definitely is different when she's not here. By the way, I see you was great. I'm loving it, especially on day shift. Bye! January 25, I just got back from Miami with the Rizon family.
This is so crazy.
Karina's 7th birthday. It was fun. Overall, it just was nice that they always welcome me, treat me already like family, and I'm very thankful for the Rizons for allowing me to come along on this journey. I love Karen. Bye. January 21. Just yesterday, Karen and I went to Typhoon Lagoon. Poor thing, she has this cough. I'm starting to have second thoughts whether it was a good idea or not. Probably not. One of the new things that we did was Shark Reef, where you get to snorkel and swim. So at first, Karen is, oh no, it's 10 feet deep. I don't think I can do this. We get her life jacket and of course snorkel. She's like holding onto my arm. And after we were done with it, she's like, can we do it again? We did it twice. It was really neat seeing her flip totally 180, being scared to wanting to do it again. Bye-bye. January 9, Karen went to the Philippines for 17 days. I wrote 17 letters for her to read every day while she's in the Philippines. Every now and then we would Skype. I was able to text her while she was in the Philippines. Being away was pretty hard. When she left, I was going to work and she saw me at the gate of my apartment. Wasn't expecting it, but I cracked it and I ended up tearing up and crying in front of her, and so did she, but it was hard. I was like, man, what the heck? I mean, I was so used to seeing her like all the time, and to go to not seeing her at all was a big change. When she came back, my parents decided to stay a little bit longer just so they could witness her 22nd birthday. And I threw a surprise birthday party with the help of her brother and her mom and Jeline. It was at her house. She didn't really see it coming because everyone parked their cars behind her house in the neighborhood. It was fun. Bye! December 6th, Karen took me.
What are you doing?
The first time. And also to Gaylord Ice, where we freezed our butts off. And in about less than 12 hours, Karen is leaving for the Philippines with her papa, which on Monday, Karen graduated. So a lot of things has happened. Karen graduated, and I did not know this, but her mom said, there's a little surprise in the graduation ceremony. I was like, what is that? I looked down in the program. She's giving the class response. She rhymes it in the theme of like a Dr. Seuss, she says, and she does very well. I was blown away. I really didn't expect that, and she always does things that I don't expect, and she's just an amazing person, and I really am gonna miss her a lot. Bye. December 4, Karen and I went to Gaylord Palms Resort, took pictures wearing matching Christmas sweaters that I bought from Abercrombie & Fitch that I'm going to return. I literally went around the mall, like in all stores, Hollister's, Dillard, Macy's, but none of them had Christmas sweaters, and pretty much Abercrombie & Fitch was the only one. And we were only there for like 30 minutes. We were able to take a bunch of pictures, knowing that Karen's not going to be here for Christmas. She's going to the Philippines. Bye. It is November 24th.
Okay, you went
14. But yesterday, the 24th, was Karen and I's 7th month anniversary.
Now you girl.
To celebrate, I've prepared dinner. Thanks to Auntie Nelly for teaching me how to make.
I remember that.
Made some soup, noodles, happy 7 months, some Martinelli.
You remember that?
Yeah, you recorded for a long time.
Candlelight dinner. Woo! I'm gonna light that up. Just waiting for her to get out of school right now. It's I think 7:20. She said she'd get out at 7 o'clock, so bye. November 6th, Karen and I went to a really expensive place called Hillstone. I typed it in the search bar.
That was your idea,
It's
not
a lakeside
mine.
view. It's really pretty. We drove up to it. She's like, Jeremy, this is really expensive. Are you sure? We closed our eyes for each other. Wherever our finger landed, we ordered cream corn. Corn is our favorite salad with like raw fish. Very fancy. I could tell why it was so expensive. We were like the only young people who are non-white.
Now I know how you feel about it. Hey man.
Anniversary. Most expensive meal. No matter what we do, whether at a small restaurant like McDonald's, I genuinely enjoy my time with her. She's really adventurous.
Over 100.
Of course, she's not the kind of fancy girl who needs these kinds of things, but to do it once in a blue moon really shocks her. It's one of the things I like to do to surprise Karen. Bye! November 2, Kui Robert and Ate Lydia's wedding at Forest Lake. Karen and I pretty much played all the music from the ceremony to the reception. I saw Uncle Jin dance for the first time. Karen looked so beautiful. Pastel pink dress. When I first saw her, and first thing that came to mind, wow, she's gorgeous. She looked really nice. Last week was my last week of work at Florida Hospital Altamont. Karen surprised me and brought Shake Shack to my work. It was nice for last shift to have her visit me. It's really nice to be able to play music with someone I love, enjoy it, and it's a plus, definitely. She's so talented. Bye! October 21, I let Karen cut my hair. She was nice enough to agree to try cutting hair for the first time. It was mine. I don't know if you can see, but there's a little bit of patchiness, but it's okay. I mean, I like it. She was kind of upset about the patch, but I really don't mind. It was a fun first experience. Bye! October 16, 2014. 26 weeks of being in a relationship with Karen. At FASDA, me and Karen had our first real talk. We were still learning being around each other while other people are around. My instinct sometimes is to give her her space, not feel like she has to always be around me. I've promised to make a better effort at it. I was happy to have that real talk with her so we can be on the same page, and I really feel like we're getting a better connection, honestly. God has truly blessed our relationship with our families too. I gotta call Karen. Okay, bye. October 2, I applied to multiple ICUs in South, including the one that Kuya Edward works at, VT ICU. And the day of, Karen came, prepped me up. She even ironed my shirt because it was very wrinkly. With that encouragement, she also gave me a letter letting me know it's gonna be alright. Because on my first interview, when I failed it, she got me eclairs and said better interviews are to come. She definitely was right, because that interview, I did very well. They actually offered me a position. So I humbly accepted. If all things go well and I pass everything, I'll get to be working with Kuya Edward at night shift. Thanks to Karen, I did not go into that interview all wrinkly. Yeah, thanks Karen. Bye! September 15, Karen got these tickets to see Night of Joy, Disney's Magic Kingdom Christian artist, and just perform at the castle while you get to ride all the rides, which is super fun. First time going to Magic Kingdom or anything Disney theme park related other than the water parks. Also, during the weeks, she's been putting together this handbell choir for preparation for Camp Kalakwa's FASDA. I admire Karen's leadership and role and stuff. She takes on a lot of stuff, like she was in nominating committee, Angklong responsibilities, and she's in school. She's a superwoman. Bye. August 22, we fell asleep in the car. Vince was driving Marissa's car. Next thing we know, 2 hours later, we wake up and we're in St. Augustine. What? You guys serious? You guys took us all the way to St. Augustine? We saw the famous fortress, oldest school building. So we sat in the grass and we had a picnic. We also ended up eating at Red Robin in Daytona and walking around Daytona Beach at night. Another double date surprise by Vince and Marissa that Karen and I got to enjoy. Bye! August 20, the reunion of the Razon family in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. My family was also invited, so they drove down. It was awesome seeing my parents and meeting their family. Somehow found out that Karen and I are actually related. What? Cousin marriage, not by blood. Some fun things that we did. We got to sightsee, live in these awesome looking cabins. Karen and I got all year passes to Typhoon Lagoon and Blizzard Beach. Barely any lines, and kids were starting school. We were able to ride the line pretty fast, even within just 2 hours. What did like basically everything. First time at a water park here in Florida. Karen and I went on a double date with Vince and Marissa. We surprised them by having a little picnic. We gave them a little sticky note that said Skybound Adventures. But we went to Rebounders, and we actually ended up staying from 5 o'clock till 10 p.m., which is when they closed. Just an hour into it, I was like, man, pretty much did everything. I don't know how much longer we're gonna stay. Maybe we should have just bought the 1 hour package deal rather than the whole all day pass. And now Vince and Marissa are telling us to be ready to do something else. Bye! July 23, 3-month anniversary. I told her we were gonna go to All Fired Up, which is a pottery place where you kind of paint pottery. But before that, we had to eat. I decided to put some stuff together over here. Sandwiches, yogurt, fruit, sparkling Welch Mac. It's gonna be a picnic, fold out blanket kind of thing. Favorite purchase is this basket right here. Look at that. It's like those things you see in those romantic movies. Surprised to find this at Target. Hope she likes it. Excited to put this kind of stuff together. Bye! July 2, Vince Toretta's birthday, Busch Gardens. First time going to theme park with Karen, and when we rode together, held her hand a lot. Then for 7 days,
held your hand a lot.
I went home. So I was gone and away for a while, away from her. But anyway, I gave her these letters to read on these specific dates while we were gone. She opened them before the dates. She couldn't wait. It was cute. I mean, I wasn't mad, of course. I just thought it was really cute that she couldn't wait that long. 2-month anniversary, we Skyped each other. She read the letter in front of me as if it was her first time reading it. And I was convinced. I'm glad you waited that long. And she's like, you didn't wait. You opened it already. It's like, yeah, I'm in love with this girl. I love you, Karen. June 12, we celebrated Bailey's 21st birthday. Karen had a lot of involvement. She was the host. She wore this white dress, but apparently it was her prom dress.
It's okay, it's dry, it's dry.
Are you sure? What? Okay, that's a weird reaction. She looked really beautiful. We played this game where you have to stand on this newspaper and fold it in half each time. It keeps getting smaller and smaller. We had fun. I got to pick her up. Oh, what a good picture. I love it. God has truly been blessing us. blessed in this relationship. Praise God. June 3, just got back from a trip with my girlfriend Karen to Pennsylvania to see my family, primarily to attend a wedding of Trisha Panuccio getting married to Dino. It was a beautiful weekend. We went to see Moses in the Sight and Sound Theater. We went to Hershey Hotel where we took nice pictures in our church clothes. Went to a bowling night with all the people. It just really touched my heart seeing how well Karen got along with my family. On the way back on the plane, Karen got a little bit teary because she missed my family a lot. It was really touched. It just made me so attracted to her. I was really seeing Karen as being my wife. And it seemed such a perfect fit how well she got along with my parents and how well that weekend really went. Bye! May 29, Karen and I are going to Pennsylvania! I asked Uncle June permission and he said yes. And Auntie Nelly, I wasn't expecting them to, honestly. I don't know, because me and Karen have only been dating for like a month. She also gave me a cheesecake from Publix for a 4-week anniversary. To represent 4 weeks, I got her 4 deodorants. Not saying that she smells bad. 4 different types because I wasn't sure which one she would like, so bye! May 16, 3-week anniversary. I printed out our Facebook status relationship, all the comments, all the nice things. It's a nice reminder of all the support that we've seen from the aunties and uncles of the church and people from back in my own home telling me how much they approve of our relationship and how they are been prayer warriors for us. It shows how much God has been leading in our relationship. I drove to Karen to class for the very first time. I was happy to do that. Big thing that happened tonight. Karen's parents, I popped the question and asked if it's okay for Karen to come up to Pennsylvania with me to attend a wedding of my friends. After printing out an itinerary, he did say yes. And he told me it's not traditional Filipino tradition, and I understand it really isn't. Surprised to see his response that he was okay with this. Bye. Cinco de Mayo from Southern Adventist University's graduation. Me, Karen, Jolene, Ate Rachel, and Casey, we rode in the car together. Hi. Before we left, Karen picked me up from my apartment, asked me if I could do her a favor. She gave me this envelope with my address on it, asked if it was on correctly. What is this? Entitled it was for my parents. She gave me a copy of the letter in it saying how much she appreciates my parents and me. So many nice things that she said. It was like crazy. I was like, what? I didn't expect you to write a letter to my parents. She gave me her phone and said, here, hit the button. And on it was her Facebook account changing her status from single to in a relationship with me. And she said, hit save. I was like, wow! We ended up pressing the button with Jolene and Rachel Casey. Screaming all crazy in the car. So much more excited than me and Karen were. By April 25, 3 a.m. in the morning. Yesterday was April 24, and it was a success. Me and Karen watched The Book Thief. Good movie about the Holocaust. We went to Olive Garden, my family's favorite restaurant. We ate there. It was so fun. My neighbor was there who smokes. Karen's neighbor was there too, and she was texting her while she was there. And then there's this little girl who is only 2 years old who knows sign language, and it was a good dinner. After that, where do you want to go? Do you have to be anywhere? I was like, no, me neither. So we went to Crane's Roost, and that whole time I was texting Mahal and Ate Rachel code abbreviations of where we were. I changed Ate Rachel's name on my phone to Mommy and a picture of my mom. So every time I texted her, it looked like I'm texting my mom. Karen noticed it, and she's like, why is Jeremy like texting these abbreviations to his mom? And we got to Crane's Roost, we started walking, and she saw the letter, say, what is this? And she starts looking around immediately, like, someone put this here. Mahal and Ate Rachel, they hid very well. Letter after letter, she was reading them. We would find them around Crane's Roost, each one attached with a green or blue balloon. And I was happy that none of the strangers picked it up. There was one that we sat by the lake and read. Each letter was talking about a significant event that's been passed, starting with our date in Cheesecake Factory. We went around Crane's Roost, and Mahal and Ate Rachel were just one letter ahead of us each station. So I would text them each time we reached the letter in like the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. By the 8th one, we went to my car and we went back on the trail looking for 9. I was like, where's 9? Like, I know we talked about putting 9 over here, but I didn't see it, so I had to call Mom. And it's like, hi, Mom. And then Ate Rachel replied, hi, Anak, go look over this area. I was like, oh, okay. And by this point, Karen is like, what? He's really talking to his mom? Like, where is she? She was just kept saying, thank you. How did you do this? I wanted to just tell her everything, but I was trying to keep the surprise going. By the 10th letter, it was at Crane's Roost Tower. Mahal and Ate Rachel did a good job setting up my violin. Case was on the floor. My violin was stood up with the bow up. The balloon string was kept down on the floor by the terrarium that held my succulent plant. Her reaction was surprised. I was like, she kept saying thank you. And she was taking pictures with her own phone still. read the letter. I played a song called We Could Happen by AJ Raphael. I recorded myself each chord, put it on my iPod, and borrowed Happy's speaker, and she held it. She was recording me, and I played that song for her and sang it with my violin. We put all the letters together, and it spelled "Will you be my girlfriend" on the back of it. She was like, "What?" Now we are officially boyfriend and girlfriend. Surprised that she said yes. She kind of said it indirectly, and then I clarified with her in the car while we were driving. Can't ask for anything better. I just hope that God can stay in the middle of all of this and that we stay close to him. Bye. April 24. Everything is set up. Bad news. These balloons I bought on Sunday, they were wah wah. So I had to buy brand new ones. We're about to go head out and meet up. This is exciting. All right. Hopefully she likes it. Hopefully she says yes. Bye. There's flies in here. April 20, Karen's last week. She had finals week. Her, Jolene, and Rachel, they gave a sermon. Compassion, kindness, and love. I got goosebumps on Karen's when she was talking about kids that she helps them to feed. The chocolate pudding would be all a mess all over them. That kid would hug his mother and cling to her. It gives a good analogy of how our church is a place where people share with others. Their problems become our problems, and we actually pray about it and get through together. Good analogy. I am planning to ask her to be my girlfriend. I did get her parents' permission. I want to ask her formally to start a dating relationship. And probably at Cranger's, because I like walking around there. We'll see. Bye. April 6. Karen's parents read the letter. From the mom's perspective, it was good. After we played tennis, I asked him if he had any more okra to give out, and he's like, yeah, sure, come over to the house. I was standing by his truck, and he decided to say to me, Jeremy, I read your letter. We ended up talking how special she is, how he thinks I should continue seeing her. So in the end, it was good. Bye. March 31. I just got back from watching About Time with Karen at her house. I whipped up a letter for her parents, put it in an envelope. While I was at her house, I placed the letter on the dining table. I revealed it to Karen. She liked it a lot. Guess this is a big step because her parents are gonna finally hear it from me, how I feel, because they've certainly been probably hearing it from other people and teasing. I would like to talk to them in person about it too soon. Bye. March 27. Pentatonix concert was awesome. I was sad because our tickets didn't make us sit next to each other. What I'm starting to realize is I can still really enjoy her company amongst other people without having to isolate ourselves. Bye! March 25. I just got back from Southern. Went to see Asian Night. We got to walk the bridge, bought her some ice cream, ride the carousel. Whee! Remember that poster I wanted to get? Well, ta-da! I even brought it to her and showed it to her and she signed it. Yay. She made me this. My journey here in Florida. Favorite picture of us at Cheesecake Factory. She even made me a meal for my work. It was spaghetti, cantaloupe, and blueberries. I was like, bye. March 15th, she threw a surprise birthday party at her house. Played apples to apples. After Ecclesia, Kevin, I was able to talk to him. I hope this isn't weird or anything that I like Karen. Like, wait, what? Really? Like, I didn't know. When? October? What? He kind of approved me. We went early to eat Briar's Patch. Early in the morning, I want to take care of this DMV thing. My Pennsylvania driver's license is gonna expire. She said that she was willing to accompany me. Good to have moral support, and a big plus that it was Karen. I am living a dream right now. It's unbelievable what's going on. She's my best friend. Bye. March 7th. You at work? Nope, I'm off today. Smiley face. Oh, you got big plans this afternoon? Not really. Can you help me with a big favor this afternoon? Sure, if I'm capable, LOL. Yeah, you definitely are. Hope you didn't have a big lunch. So basically, take her to Cheesecake Factory, enjoying each other's company. And towards the end, I brought up the whole thing where at the camp, I want to apologize if it made you feel awkward or anything. It's like, no, no, no. The uncles and aunties are teasing us about it. Right there, I said, just want to let you know, at least from my end, I'm feeling positively towards you. What? What are you talking about? Why did you say positive? Like, just say you like her. After saying that weird phrase, she said she was feeling the same way. That just blew my mind. Really? After that moment, we were able to talk about a lot of things. When I first met you, I liked you this. Oh, I remember all these guys that like you. I was able to pour my heart. And I was finally able to. Then she said, I feel like I'm dreaming. Oh my word! I can't believe this is happening right now. Blurry picture. That's basically us. I can't believe this after all this time. I want to date and marry my best friend. I feel like I can talk to her about anything and be myself around her. Feel so comfortable around her. March for Avsta's youth campout. Karen and I were assigned to do a devotional thought. Karen and I were preparing for our talk for Saturday night. Uncle Ben calls us over and the aunties and uncles just like smiling at us. Pastor Katlangai says, it's nice to see young leader be together. They were all in agreement. They liked seeing us together, me and Karen. It gave me butterflies. I don't know how to react. So after the camp out, Karen had to go to a wedding. She Snapchatted a picture at the wedding, and then I noticed in the background it was a picture of the lofts. So I started driving over to Crane's Roost. Hi, I was like, what are you doing here? It was nice to surprise her. Wearing this black dress with like floral pattern, it was very pretty. We don't absolutely know everything about each other, but if we find out that we like each other, it's gonna go faster. But then if she doesn't like me, we can still be getting to know each other kind of friends. I'm not gonna lose anything by exposing my emotions. If anything, I'm still gaining a friend that I'm getting to know really well. Bye. February 27. Mariah's debut happened. I kind of wanted to take a picture with Karen. So Edward, of course, hands me and Karen these hearts on a stick. I really like this picture. Thinking about creating a poster of it. I just don't know how to handle the situation at the time. So I don't mind it. I don't want her to feel awkward. Bye. Karen just got back from Seattle. I asked, are you free for lunch tomorrow? Between classes, I am free at 11:30 a.m. Let me make you something. I didn't think she would say yes. It took me a lot of guts to even ask her. I'm now cooking chicken egg roll. Meet her at her school. I'm just nervous all of a sudden. Bye. January 29. I accidentally left my eggs at her place. It'll give me an excuse to come pick it up. And it worked out because today I went to go pick it up. And then just me and her went to Chick-fil-A. Last Sunday, we went biking for the first time. Bye. January 6th. I was in this cantata with the church. We got to perform at this Russell home. Karen was the one responsible of getting that place because that's where she did her clinicals. And that was fun. I enjoyed myself there, being Karen's dance partner for that one song. It's awesome to see her leadership. Karen had to buy a diploma frame for both her brother and her. Me and Mahal decided to help her out. While we were at Michael's, there was this one black model hand thing, a jewelry holder. Isn't this a funny thing? It just looks so weird. What if you put it on your wall, come into the room, and you just high-five it each time you come in? Just having a good laugh about it. So I went back to Michael's later and bought it. I want to add something else though. I bought a blue watch. I put that with the gift on the hand as if it was holding it. When I gave it to her, it was on a bowling night. She was in the car with Sam, and Sam opens it for her. Karen, it's a hand. I think she got a good kick out of it. Ryan and Rachel's wedding. We had to take pictures with a photo booth. So yay! That middle one I think is funny because we're both doing the eye thing. GYC happened. On Saturday, it was Karen's birthday. Didn't really have time to think about buying a gift. Eric saved my day. Happened to have a card that he bought from the Adventist gift shop. Wrote a poem inside. I ran into her dad and he was gracious enough to deliver it to her. She had a happy 21st birthday. I will say this, there are competition out there, so I know I'm not the only one going after her, but that won't stop me. I feel like it'll be at the right time, God willing. I'm not trying to rush it or pressure. Just know that there's other people out there who also have their eyes on her. We'll see what happens. I'm just excited that I like her. Bye. December 12th, me and Karen went to Joseph's car garage so we could pick up props for the cantata. The plan was for it was gonna be me, her, and Mahal. The last minute, Mahal can't go, so it was just me and Karen. It was my first time ever in her car, I think. It was just me and her. And I played catchphrase with her in the car, waiting for Joseph to arrive, and this girl really knows how to carry conversation, knows how to have fun. Perfect. Bye. December 5, 2013. We're getting closer to this cantata event. I'm thoroughly enjoying my time doing cantata practice. I still like songs.
Have you been making this video like
Tattoo on the shoulder, would you
like
believe?
continuously?
Bye. November 13, 2013. I moved here to Florida around 2 months ago, August. While being here in Florida, I was able to meet a lot of cool people. Thanks to Rodney Balmas for bringing me here and letting me meet a lot of people, especially at his church. There's this girl, and I was introduced to her as well as other people back in spring when I visited here in Orlando. I thought, oh, this is a cool person. Very likable. People would just surround themselves around her and you could just tell that she had this demeanor. No, demeanor's not the right word. Contagious in a good way where people just like her laugh, enjoy her company. Her name is Karen. I feel weird just saying it out loud too because I don't really speak to anybody much about this. This girl is special. I just thought that she was a really cool person. I just want to get to know her. She's super talented at the piano, really good. I try to get every opportunity I can, play special music or offertory with her. She definitely loves God. You can see that in the way she leads her church and the youth. Very smart in school, summa cum laude. OT, very successful. What's there not to like?
Are you sure you recorded this like
very
on this?
cute. Dang it. I feel like it's come to a point where I am developing feelings for her. At the same time, there are other people out there that could possibly like her too. That's fine. I don't blame them. She's a special person. We both are in this cantata where the church is gonna perform Christmas kind of play, and it just so happened that I don't know who planned this, but I'll be her dance partner. I've been having fun, to say the least. It's just fun being around her. I just want to let that out of my chest. Anyway, I'll let you go. But before I go, I want to let present Jeremy, yes, I'm talking to present Jeremy, ask you, Karen, a question, a very important question.
Oh my god. Jeremy?
What?
What are you doing? Jeremiah?